So what we have here under the definition of strike threat, that means what they will use and what they will call upon if they believe these circumstances are happening. The calling or authorizing by a trade union or an officer or a representative of a trade union of an employee strike. Okay, that one's pretty obvious. But also a threat by a trade union or an officer or representative of a trade union to call or authorize an employee strike. Well, what's he mean by that? Because that one he didn't talk about. So if you're sitting around having an unofficial meeting of your brothers and sisters in a pub, and you start talking with each other about how grave the circumstances are and how concerned you are, and maybe you should be thinking about that, is that going to count if sitting in the corner is a good member of the government who decides to bring this forward? I bet it would, because that's the way that's written. It doesn't say, and this doesn't count pub talk, and it doesn't count people phoning in to, talk in a phone-in talk show. It doesn't say that. It says a threat. Then it goes on and says the setting of a vote or another poll of employees who determine whether they wish to strike, or, I love this one, an act or a threat to act that could reasonably be perceived as preparation for an employee strike. Now, the minister referenced, well, in hospitals, if health staff are considering, or health allied staff are considering going on strike, they're going to make sure that their patients or the residents are going to be looked after. So, there's some extra organization that goes on there. That one blows me away. So when we have public sector workers who are so concerned about the people they're looking after and the people they're paid to provide service to, that they will actually go out of their way to make preparations for them, that's a bad thing, because it's going to get them in trouble with whatever it is, something K subsection 4. Fall interpretations. Section 1 sub K sub 4, because that would be an act that could reasonably be perceived as preparation for an employee strike. Gotta love these guys. Now, what wasn't in here, and that's what I was looking for, was the actual definition of threat, because that's what we need. We've got some definition of strike, and then that's defined elsewhere, but no definition of threat.